And I've told the story a million times, man. I can remember, when I found myself just sitting in my apartment one day, man, life was good. And I felt empty. And I felt my life taking another nosedive. You know what I'm saying? And I thought about something. I'm thinking, what changed? I'm going through the same thing at the top that I am at the bottom. And I'm telling you this, man. One thing, looking back, one thing that I didn't do, I had failed to make.
Is it not written in your law that ye are gods? You understand what I'm saying? So it just depends on what level you on based on whether you're human or whether you're immortal.
At ease, brothers. I am sold. If you can't walk in your power at the bottom, then brothers, I'm telling you, you will not be able to walk in that same power at the top. If you can't walk in your power at the bottom, you can't walk in that power at the top, man. And what I mean is, like, everybody thinks that if they set this goal and achieve this goal, then all their problems, all their troubles will just instantly go away, man. But I'm telling you, man, it's going to become an issue of, troubles versus temptations. It's going to be the exact same thing. So I'm saying, if you can't walk in your true power when things are bad, then when the sun is shining and rainbows are all around you, you still won't be able to walk in it, brothers. You still won't be able to do it, man. And I talk about certain situations all the time, but I can go back. I can easily remember back to the spring of 2015, brothers. I can remember, man, when it just seems like the bottom of my life was falling out, right? Now, looking back, hindsight, I can see that it was my world crumbling because I had overall created a new world, right? But I can remember when everything was going downhill. I can remember when I took pretty much everything that was in my savings account, man, and pumped it into a business I was trying to create. And, man, that thing just went downhill fast. At the same time, I was in the oil and gas industry. At the same time, I got laid off from a job. So things were getting bad out. The late bills started coming in the mail. The repo letters like, hey, if you don't pay your note, man, we won't come get it. All that stuff was happening, man. I was facing troubles, man. It was like, man, like hard times are upon me again. And in my mind, I was like, bro, if I can just get to my vision, if I can just reach that goal, then everything will be all right, right? And I can remember, I tell this story all the time, man, when I drove from Longview to Dallas with $147, man, and created a new vision and started walking in my I am. And brothers, what seemed like overnight, which was the period probably about 4 months, give or take a week or so, my life went from crappy, man, to not only back on top, but higher than I'd ever imagined, man. Living the dream. You know what I'm saying? The car, the crib, all that stuff, man, was living that dream. But I'm telling you this, brothers, if you aren't walking in your power at the bottom, then once you get to the top, those same things are going to eat you alive, man. It's just going to become an issue of you facing troubles versus you facing your temptations. But the same things will bring you back down, brother. The same things will bring you back down. And I've told the story a million times, man. I can remember, when I found myself just sitting in my apartment one day, man, life was good. And I felt empty. And I felt my life taking another nosedive. You know what I'm saying? And I thought about something. I'm thinking, what changed? I'm going through the same thing at the top that I am at the bottom. And I'm telling you this, man. One thing, looking back, one thing that I didn't do, I had failed to master my disciplines. I failed to master my disciplines, man. So what I'm saying is, if you can't walk in your power, if you can't walk in your knowledge of self, if you can't walk in your I am properly at the bottom, you can't do it at the top, brothers. You can't do it, man. I can still remember, issues like having improper sexual appetites, man. Having no control over sin. And living in any city, just like Dallas, living in any city, man, you're going to see baddies, 9s and 10s, 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day, man. And if a man isn't walking in his power, if he isn't walking in his righteousness, then brother, he's going to easily be strayed off the path by just seeing all these women up and down. But and I'm telling you, man, I said, you know what? My problems just changed. It went from, red ink bills coming in the mail to now I can't control my appetites. At the same time, man, I was still in the mentality of trying to keep up with the Joneses. The same thing that took me down to the bottom over here was the same thing that was eating me alive when I was winning. So I'm saying is, if you aren't walking in that righteousness, brother, it'll never change. Trying to keep up with the Joneses, man. Trying to get the biggest whip, the fastest car, the shiniest belt. Those same things were eating me alive. Trying to follow the American dream instead of following my purpose. The exact same things that were eating me at the bottom, man, were eating me at the top, man. And I'm telling you now, brothers, you think that, hey, once I get, X amount of dollars, whether it's 80, whether it's 150, whether it's whatever your dollar amount is, you saying to yourself, if I could just get there, but I'm just going to cruise through life when I get there. It won't happen, man. You have to be able to walk in your power regardless of what's taking place. You have to be able to stand on your square when your bank account is in the red and when you got a few commas in it, man. So all I'm saying, brothers, is don't put your power and don't put your ability to walk upright in the tangibles, in the trinkets, man. Don't say once I get a car, then hey, I'm good. Once I get money, then I'm gonna move a certain way. It's not gonna happen, brother. You have to move that way from right now. Regardless of what life looks like, you have to walk in your I am right now. Walk in your righteousness right now and never come out of it, brothers. And never come out of it, man. You sisters aren't immune. You sisters aren't immune because you do the same thing. A lot of you sisters for so many years will conduct yourself and say, you'll have these hot girl summers, right? Y'all have these hot girl summers, man, for 6, 7, 8 years. And what you're saying is, you know what, man, I'm young. I'm finna wild out. I'm single or I'm freshly divorced. I'm finna wild out for a minute. I'm finna go and hang with Chuck and Cletus and, I might kick it with Greg and Creflo and all these people, man, and have all these experiences, right? And in the back of your mind, you're saying, well, when Prince Charming comes, then I'm going to be a whole different person. When Prince Charming comes, I'm going to be a 5%. I'm going to be a virtuous woman. I'm going to start cooking. I'm going to start cleaning. I'm going to stay at the club. I'm going to be a faithful, upright, righteous, virtuous woman. I'm telling you, man, if you women can't walk in that same energy when no brothers are cutting for you, when no brothers are shooting their shot, man, if you can't walk in that energy, when you get to the same point where those good 5% brothers are now coming at you, you'll be the exact same person. If you for them streets at the bottom, you will still be for those streets at the top. It's a lot of married women that look like they're playing the part, man. It's like, dang, man, old girl was in the streets hard for a freaking decade, and now she wifed up. Most of these chicks, man, are wifed up, and on the gram, they look like they're moving a certain way, man. But I'm telling you, brother, a lot of them are still for the streets. They still for the streets, man. I'm telling you, man, the thing is, it has to be your core. And that's why I tell a lot of the young brothers I talk to, man, they talk about, achieving goals and hitting financial and finding women and buying cars. I like, bro, that's good, man. That needs to be the goal. Have that Lamborghini vision, like I call it, right? I said, but before you do anything, man, you need to establish self. You need to establish how you're going to move in every situation. Because there are going to be times where your money is funny, man. There's going to be times where you may be pawning your stuff just to eat. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, there are going to be times where you won't even have to look at your bank account. You want to go shopping, you go shopping, man. You want to go get a meal. You want to take your girl to Bahamas. You want to take your girl to Fiji. You want to take a trip to Africa. You won't even have to think about it, man. Like you're going to see both of those poles, man. The thing is, you have to be established in your ways. You have to be established in your ways, because if you're not, man, the same things, the same troubles that can knock you off balance will just be transferred to temptations once you get to the top, man. You have to understand that, brothers. You have to understand that. If you can't stand in your power at the bottom, then brothers, you will not be able to stand in your power at the top. How copy?